Pump it in your system. Pump it in your system. Everybody get it poppin'. We gon' keep it rockin'.
Power 95, where music lives. The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95. Ladies Room. Come see you compliments. Renwick Thompson and Company Limited. Agents for Western Union.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
This is Power 95.
Turn up.
Yeah.
Turn up. Turn up.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Where music lives.
Don't get tired with love and love and love and love and love, you know. Let them prove it. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much, I set a man day up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me to sleep on your good box. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find I go lose it too much and keep promise prove it or move it. I find I go lose it if you get a hand, well it's you that choose it. I find you go lose it. The neighbor tell me that oh she like me. Then the doctor tell me if you don't want mommy then you go get me. Don't cause I'm feeling hot. Me laughing and giving me talk. And a man eating food when he hot. I have to eat what the man live back. In me own place, shopping is in me own place. She bring man in me own place now. And they up in your inbox. Love me so much.
Hey, yo, I fed up with Jello on them, I swear. Listen to the
Don't
story.
get tired with love and love and love and love and love, you know. Let them prove it. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much, I set a man day up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me to sleep on your good box. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find I go lose it too much and keep promise prove it or move it. I find I go lose it if you get a hand, well it's you that choose it. I find you go lose it. The neighbor tell me that oh she like me. Then the doctor tell me if you don't want mommy then you go get me. Don't cause I'm feeling hot. Me laughing and giving me talk. And a man eating food when he hot. I have to eat what the man live back. In me own place, shopping is in me own place. She bring man in me own place now. In me own place now. Turn on me excuse. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much, I set a man day up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me to sleep on your good box. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find I go lose it too much and keep promise prove it or move it. I find I go lose it if you get a hand, well it's you that choose it. I find you go lose it. The neighbor tell me that oh she like me. Then the doctor tell me if you don't want mommy then you go get me. Get out of my place. You don't walk man kiss in your face and tickle your waist. Get out of my place. Let the new woman come in and take up your space. Get out of my place. I tell the super Sunday I want bite to taste. Get out of my place. Lady, watch straight. You love me so much.
Love what?
You love me so much. I set a man day up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me.
So wait, Jello.
You love me
So I'm supposed to control man in my inbox? Like, it's not like you put out a message telling man to message you and jump in your inbox. It's your response to the men in your inbox. If you're encouraging the nonsense, that's a different story. But if your inbox open, anybody could jump in. It's you too. Tell them keep moving or don't respond. So how is it my fault? So you find I'm gonna lose you because I sent a man in my inbox. Well, you good, yes?
You go get me, don't cause I'm feeling hot. Me laughing and giving me talk. And a man eating food when he hot. I have to eat what the man live back. In me own place, shopping is in me own place. She bring man in me own place now. In me own place now. Turn on me excuse. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much, I set a man day up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me to sleep on your good box. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find I go lose it too much and keep promise prove it or move it. I find I go lose it if you get a hand, well it's you that choose it. I find you go lose it. The neighbor tell me that oh she like me. Then the doctor tell me if you don't want mommy then you go get me. Get out of my place.
What kind of market crab vibes Jello on?
Take up your space. Get out of my place.
Got on telling you if you and one mother and one you Jello. Jello. Okay.
So much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much. I set a man day up in your
Listen.
love me so much.
So I don't think there's one song that Little Jello has that I don't like. What I like about Jello's style is the creativity. It's a story. And there more times than not, it's humorous. So you get to enjoy it and at the same time you get to laugh. So he's a young artist that I constantly have my eyes on. I constantly listen to his music because his style is just so different. His style is just so different. When you hear Jello, you know that's Jello. You don't have to wonder who it is, you know? So I heard that one, was it yesterday? I played it and I was like in the studio killing myself laughing. You would swear there was somebody in studio with me. But you can't help but love it. I really, really love it. Really love it. Because it's reality. People go through those things on a daily basis. You profess love, 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 and then you treat the person as if, hey, they're nothing, they're nobody. So if you love me so much, why are you handling me so? Morning, Jayla Vaughan. Morning, Shante. Morning, Marianne. Christelle. Marvelyn, good morning. Linda Pearl, good morning. Marlene. Oh, Mary Band of Inmates. I like that. Morning, Jackie. Good morning, Jenna Queen B, good morning. Sonia, Ingrid, who else is here? Cindy, Kadina, good morning. Gieds, good morning. Maureen, Val, Rita, Shauna, Tom Girl, good morning. Alexander, good morning. Jackie, I don't know, let me tell you. All I'm doing is watching your action, Miss Jacqueline. Morning, Jennifer. How are you? Morning, Johnson Robert. Terrence Wells. Morning, Narissa. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. Morning, 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 morning. Morning, Della. Ian Baker, good morning. Good morning to the folks at Clear Vision Eye Center. Delroy. Good morning, bro. Morning, Stacy. Sonia and the whole crew. Akeem. Morning, Tam Tam. Lindona. Michelle.
You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks.
Love him so much and you buy him the
Love me so much and you put me to sleep on that boat. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find out
Morning, Selena. Morning, Charmaine. Shout out to those on the YouTube. Shout out to you online or you listening via radio. Shane, good morning.
You don't walk my keys in your face and tickle your waist. Get out of me place. Let a new woman come in and take up your space. Get out of me place. I tell you super Sunday, I want my to take. Get out of me place. Lady, watch street. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me.
Morning, Jello.
You love me so much. I said I'm on the
Yeah, my eyes running water this morning.
and you put me to sleep on that boat. You love me so much.
Boy, you're young still. You ain't go through nothing yet.
Too much and people promise
Come here, come in, you will see.
I find I go lose it. If you get a hand, well, it's you that choose it.
Sheena,
Did they ever tell me that?
you living your best life. I ain't mad at that. You ain't even making a pass through. You're living up, I just say living la vida loca.
When he hot, I have to eat what the man live back in me own place. Stupidness in me own place.
Ramos, good morning. Skilly bang.
Own place now. Trying to make excuse. You love me so much and you wouldn't buy me two goddamn socks. You love me so much. I said I'm on the up in your inbox. Love me so much and you put me to sleep on your good box. You love me so much, but you love me so much. I find I go lose it too much and be promise prove it or move it. I find I go lose it if you get a hand, well it's you that choose it. I find you go lose it. Did they ever tell me that how she like me? Then the data tell me if you don't want mommy, then you go get me.
Don't go say, man, my mommy, you'll get me. Where did I get Jello in June? Jello, listen. You're messing up my makeup this morning. All right, come off my thing. Come off my life. I'm fed up with you already. But mommy say you go get me. What if mommy don't want me, you go get me? Laughter is good for the soul. With all that's going on, man, thank you, Jello, for providing some relief because tension in the oval. All where you turn, social media, Facebook, everywhere is something. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's just, whew. Well, yesterday the Prime Minister made had his address to the nation on their 1-year anniversary, highlighting some of their achievements. And as with everything else, you're going to get some people who are for or against, depending on what side of the fence you're sitting. There are going to be people who critique. There are going to be people who are happy. They're going to be unhappy. It's just life, it's just life. But at the end of the day, we move, still got to do what we got to do. Like I always say to people, I'm not going to lose sleep over politics. political party, politician, whatever the case might be, because as long as I've got to get up and go to work, earn my bread, I'm not about to do it unless I'm getting like a nice chunk of change at the end of the month. So I could call Denise and say, I ain't feel like coming this week. I will take the month off. There's nothing or no one under the sun that can have me gallivanting and behaving so. And I still have to get up and go to work. And according to Kim, pay your bills in drips, bit by bit until you pay it off. And the people you're stressing and cursing and fighting up for, they ain't going by no utility company and paying drips full. They ain't have no arrears on their account, full payments. But y'all just be gallivanting and beating and stressing and listen, all they good until the doctor see all you. Carry on. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Chantel. How are you? Hope all is well. Where's safe for me, Terrence? Chantel, thank you. I'm trying. YouTube is my best friend when it comes to that. So yesterday I made a post and I searched not so long ago. I'm not sure how many of you are following the story about the missing submersible. I don't get it. I honestly don't. And the deadline for the oxygen to run out has passed. Literally. So I was looking at the news updates and it's bleak, you know? And now they're saying that a massive search operation is on the way for the Titanic wreckage-bound submersible that went missing on Sunday, and the oxygen supply supposed to run out this morning, and now they're saying, and according to the co-founder of Ocean Gate, that's the company operating the tour, he said he believes the crew members' expertise means the window available for rescue is, longer than they first thought. They said that they've experienced adventurers who would know how to conserve oxygen. So they have different organizations and different coast guards and who looking, beefing up the search. And now they say that a remotely operated vehicle is now looking for the sub on the seafloor, and that's according to the U.S. Coast Guard. So there's a British adventurer on board, a French diver, Pakistani father and son, and the co-founder of Ocean Gate Expeditions. We have billionaire and people with money. And I truly empathize, and feel kind of, sad because I can't begin to imagine the anguish, not only from the family, but for those 5 men in that little tube. It's almost like, the pills that we pop, like it's like this. Imagine sitting in there. There's only one little toilet, and it was supposed to be a couple hours on their backup. So that means no food supply. It is bolted from the outside, so it's not like they can open it from inside and try to escape. They can't. It's bolted down from the outside, so it has to come to the surface so they can unbolt. There's nothing under the sun that would possess me or encourage me to go thousands of feet below the ocean to look at a wreckage of a ship hundreds of years under the ocean. I don't know, maybe poor people would probably think differently. Well, I guess when you have a lot of money, you don't think like us. They think big. And what is adventure to us? Maybe going to a Cancun or going to Miami is adventurous enough for us. To them, that is nothing. That is like, what? That is not adventurous enough for them. Maybe if I had money, I'll do certain crazy stuff that seems crazy to the ordinary person, but I don't. But then again, people of our color, we don't take those sort of risk. We hardly take those risks. If you were to look at who you normally find in those things, it's people of a certain color. We in hello, I've seen Jaws. I've seen Jaws part one, part two, part three. I think you have four up to four. And I've seen what that big shark does underneath that ocean. So there's no way I'm venturing out like that. And it's not like they didn't know the risk. That is the part that, because according to the news, another gentleman was supposed to go, but when some of the risk was explained to him, apparently he opted out of going. So that man is probably sitting there counting and praying and thanking all the gods that he knows for opting out. And according to a psychologist that I was looking at, because I'm following this keenly, he says it is the worst possible way to die. Because one, with the oxygen running out, then the panic starts to set in. And he says the excruciating pain they'll be in when their body literally starts to shut down if they're not found in time. They're going to start to cold sweat. They're going to start to have headache. And it'll be a slow, agonizing death as they gasp for breath, as they gasp for oxygen, which at some point will be depleted. So imagine you're sitting there, and he's like, at that point, people in situations like that, they literally sit and their entire life flashes before them, and they recount everything that they probably went through. And now with the possibility they may not live to see another day. That, he says, the fear, then your mind starts playing, kicking you, literally kicking you, and mentally you start even losing it before your body starts shutting down physically. Imagine a father and a son, and you as the father who's supposed to protect your child, and knowing you can't do anything, not a thing, to save your child. Imagine, I could understand if these folks didn't know the risk associated with this. But to know the risk and to still do it, I'm not that adventurous. To see an old wrecked boat, one of the news items said that even to find the wreckage, more advanced boats or whatever, they had a hard time. Even those with the technology had a hard time finding that wreckage. So to go sit in that little capsule driven by a remote control, yo, it made trips before, but there are also trips that were questionable. Because when I did the research on it, there's a lot of people. There's another incident of somebody who worked with them, and he voiced his concern about the safety of that particular capsule. And apparently, he was fired, and he filed some lawsuit, and he got some undisclosed amount of money from the company, some private settlement. But he had serious and grave concerns about the safety of that capsule. So it might work today, but you're not sure it's going to work tomorrow. So it's basically, it lost connection with the boat that was supposed to be monitoring it and doing whatever, and they can't find it. It's like literally like it disappeared. And the news said that they've literally scored the size of Connecticut. So that's a lot of area they've covered. And to this point, no sign of that capsule. They've engaged Coast Guard, they've engaged this, that, and the other. And listen, I don't know. I guess I'm coward. I ain't that risky. I ain't that risky. If I go into the water, it cannot pass my. So imagine knowing this and still knowing the risk. So it's like luck and chance. It's like 50-50. You could make it or you can't. I'm not getting in no capsule that's controlled by no remote. It's almost like a PlayStation. You're sitting up there playing a game, and the driving game and all of that, and you're sitting there telling it go playing right, push left, put. I guess that's rich people for you. Think differently from us. That I'm not going underwater, and I'm not going in no space for all the money in the world, because the risk. To know is one thing, to not know is another thing, but to know the risk associated with something like this ain't climbing a tree, climbing Mount Everest. This is uncharted territory, that where you will literally have no control. Thousands of feet in a capsule that you can't even walk around in. They're literally sitting to go look at a wreckage of Titanic. Queen Bee says, I went in a submarine once before. The experience was great. Based on that, I won't be trying that again though. Well, Sheena says, Sheena, I'll take my chances more on a plane than under the water. I'll quicker be a bird than be a fish. Let's put it that way. I'll try my I'll try I take my chances with being a bird. I'll take my chances with the iron bird. I mean, I've been on cruise, on the big cruise ship and all of that, but when you're on those, where you don't feel anything. It's almost like you're on land. This the ride is so seamless. But I'm saying, like, going under the water in a capsule, that beats by common sense. I don't know. It's like, I don't even think there's a comparison in going on a plane or going on a cruise ship to going thousands under the sea. Connie, what you said? You take those risks now, and folks have to look for you. No windows, the works. They have to take turns to view. That is my thing. It's like, it just, listen, like I said, y'all just need to picture a capsule, like the little pill that we take, the two wrong ends, and imagine fitting in that, 5 people fitting in that. No windows. You cannot be open from the inside. There's no way I'm getting into something that you cannot open from the inside. They are bolted down inside that capsule, and it can only open from the outside. There's no way. There is no way I'm doing that. I'll take my chances on the Iron Bird, but I'm not about to go on no seabed to look for no old boat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is just crazy. And I can't even, I tried thinking about it, and I'm like picturing how they feel sitting in that capsule, looking at the clock ticking, literally time running out, and they are helpless. There's no way to connect, to say, hey, we're here, there, nothing like that. GPS don't walk underwater like that. So Morning.
Morning. Not too long ago,
Mm.
all right, a little bit before COVID, I have a bucket list,
Which was?
and I had to strike off one item off my bucket list because I had an opportunity. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay my money, go into this perfectly safe aircraft, and just jump out and see what happens. For those 4 to 5 minutes, that is the difference between logic and knowledge,
So you're a jump
saying
again?
that you have a life and you're actually living.
So you're a jump again?
I don't think so, but the fact is,
That's another thing I'm
no,
not doing. That skydiving thing, yes, yeah, I'll be doing. Nope. Nope. Nope.
you
Nope.
only live once. There's nothing. When you say no, so listen to me. You're taking chance and taking risk with some of these bus drivers here
That's
on the
why
main road.
it's a bus driver that made me end up getting my own vehicle. After that driver got one time, I was like, this is the last time I allow anybody to do me that. That's how I got my license and decided to drive myself. But there is
Look,
no
so
way. I am
I
not.
no, I said the same thing. I said, look,
I'm not
when I'm
bungee
seeing my
jumping and
friends,
I'm not
when I
skydiving.
see my friends passing away at any given age, the older I get, there's no specific age that you're supposed to die. You have young friends, close friends, older friends, family members passing away. I'm like, if I die today or tomorrow, what can I really say I have done?
I live, I
And
ate, I drank.
put my bucket list together.
Okay.
I put my bucket list together, and I said, these are some of the items I want to have done, places I want to go see, and I keep doing them. I said, you know what? One of the riskiest things to do is skydiving for me.
But you ain't jump
I
yet.
asked the love of my life. I said, babe, let's join me. She
What
said,
she?
no.
What she?
She
What
didn't
did
want to come and see me jump out the plane.
What did she say?
I said, okay.
What did she
So
say?
if I did, now she only wants, she bother with me. She's like, no. I say, what happened to, helpmate, companion,
No.
my
You
ride
only
or
that.
die?
Ride or die? Nah, sir. We ain't dying. No. You gonna ride or die for yourself. Ride or die?
No, we have to learn this as we get older. We need to live a little bit more. Yes, I understand that we feel the loss and this kind of thing. But I calculated risk every time we go up on an Osprey or till the Express.
Mr.
or
Man,
Dolly
let
Tree
me
up
make
in Calgary,
them kind of risk. I'm not going and jump from no plane. I'm not going in no submissile and go below no boat to look for no old boat. Let me, if I have to die, how I have to die, that is it. But I am not doing any of the above. I'm not bungee jumping. I'm not jumping from no plane voluntarily.
I'm not going to disclose your age, but the older we get as people, we start to take a lot less risk.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I reached the age. I'm glad I reached the age.
It should be the other way around. I show when you were young, I go ride on a bike.
Yeah.
When you reach a certain age, ride on something with two wheels, that don't make any sense.
I always wanted to learn to ride a bike. And as the years grew by, I'm like, you know what? For me to fall and break anything now, to put it back together it might be a risk. Bones, as you get older, they don't click like they used to when you're younger. So I'm like, all right, let me leave that alone and move on to something else. But
all right, so all of your young listeners, don't ever think you are too young to create a bucket list. There's certain things that you want to accomplish in your life. It is easier to do it when you have less attachments, less strings, less commitment.
Let me go to Dubai and put on thing over my face and go and ride camelback and play and ride what it's called RV or whatever them thing in the desert. Them kind of risk. Yeah. But I ain't going in no capsule under no water. Forget that.
See the world from a different perspective.
I've seen it. Let me watch it on TV. I have TV. I have cable and I have Netflix. I have YouTube. I have everything to see it. I'm good over here.
Next time I see you in person, I see you taking any risk, and you go have it out.
Have a great day. Bye. I just knew somebody would come with that. Listen to Sheena. If I can be in a relationship with a Grenadian man and survive, I can do anything. Listen, I'll take 2 of those any day over them kind of risk. Like I said, very rare you see people with our color taking those kind of risk. Why? How come every time you look at the news and it's something weird and strange to us, it's like never one of us? What is it about us? Like I said, when you look at the movies, it's always us they come for first. Any horror film, once there is somebody with our skin color, we're always the first one to die. Always the first one. So we ain't about, we seen the movies. We seen what happens. We not about to take any risk. Nope. I'm not. She said I'm not even Aruna not even drinking alcohol is underwater. She gonna go. I thank you very much. Not even happening. Not even on a dare, not even on a good Connie age bring more than reasoning at this point. At this point, every day for you is above ground is a blessing. I'm not about to hasten my departure. I'm not about to hasten my departure. Just to say what? Oh, I saw the Titanic. Hello, Titanic, and care whether I saw it or not. I am not about to hasten my departure. Just to say that I did something. Okay, I did it, then what? I'm good. I am very good, thank you. We don't engage in those things. Like I said, very rare you see people. Come on. If men don't take risks, then you will not have such a nice car, Runa. Well, I guess some have to take risks for some to enjoy, but I'm not a risk taker. Mm-mm. Famous island listener is Jay on that rhythm. Who's Jay? Somebody said to marry a red woman or jump out a plane, which what red woman had to do with that? The red woman is a risk. That capsule looked like a shark could literally open its mouth, open its jaw, and swallow that whole thing. It's something that you can't even move in. Windowless. One little toilet, they say, with a curtain. No privacy. You can't even, there isn't even anything, not even a shower, no nothing. 5 men. I honestly been following and hoping for, better news. Every time I refresh the page, I kept praying that, hey, I'll see they're found. But it's not happening. Seriously, right now it's a desperate push to find the sub before supply totally runs out. And that was like what 10:56, the latest update. They've been missing since Sunday. And no sign. And according to a retired Navy captain, he says with the trapped Titan passengers likely out of oxygen, the probability is perilously close to zero that they'll be able to find them alive at this point because the Titan had 96 hours worth of oxygen. And that's from since Sunday to today. So it's no longer a search and rescue. It's like basically to find the capsule. He's only 19. The young man on board just finished, completed his first year at a business school. He's just 19. He went with his father and the others to look at this wreckage. It's sad. It's really, really sad, It's really, really sad. So at this point, I've been really keeping my fingers crossed that there'll be some good news about it, and you'll get, the news that that they're found. I'm telling you, boy. So what are you going to see though? Because according to, I've been doing a lot of reading up on it. What you're basically gonna see is just the wreckage. You don't see anything. You're not gonna see any remains. All you're literally seeing is what's left of that of the Titanic. Just the wreckage. That's a huge risk to see just that, boy. I've already uncrossed it. $250,000. You know how much thing I could do with 250,000 US as we speak? $250,000 to go beneath the ocean to look at the wreckage of a ship. $250 to see a rusty old wrecked boat. $250. In God we trust. Boy, it's life and balance at all. Anyways, my heart goes out to the family and loved ones of the gentleman. But Jano. Anywho's, I'll see you guys on Monday, God's will. Thank you so much, Western Union. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking in. It's just 100 US for them. That's a lot of money for me. I get 250,000 in God we trust right now. I don't really can talk to me, Imagine I'm broke. And if I get 250,000 US. Oh, they can't talk to me. 250,000 US. Me. Anyway, audio. Be safe. If you're going to take a risk, weigh the pros and cons. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Yeah? But have a good one as well. I'll see you guys on Monday, God's will.